Welcome to English via AI. Long before millions of people watched his videos, there was a teenager who spent hours online, testing ideas, learning from results, and uploading content that almost no one noticed at first. At that stage, nothing looked extraordinary. The views were small, the growth was slow, and most days probably felt very ordinary. But this story is not just about views. It is about curiosity, patience, and the habit of continuing even when progress is hard to see. This is the story of MrBeast. MrBeast, whose real name is James Stephen Donaldson, was born on May 7, 1998. In Wichita, Kansas, and grew up in Greenville, North Carolina. Like many young people, he watched videos, followed creators, and slowly became interested in how attention works online. At first, it was just interest, but interest turned into questions, and questions slowly turned into creation. In 2012, at the age of 13, he uploaded his first videos under the name MrBeast 6000. Those early uploads were simple gaming videos and commentary, and they did not grow quickly. That detail matters because most successful creators do not begin with a perfect plan. They begin by trying, learning, and trying again. Days passed, and videos continued. Even though the results were small, the habit of creating was becoming stronger. Without knowing it, he was building something important. Not fame, not money, but a process. And that process would change everything. Creating something and waiting for people to notice can feel frustrating. You put in time, energy, and effort, but the response stays smaller than you hoped. That experience is more common than people think. For years, growth remained slow. By 2016, the channel had only reached around 30,000 subscribers. During that period, Donaldson became deeply focused on understanding what made certain videos work better than others. He stopped asking only how to get more views. A better question appeared. How do I make each video better? That question changed everything. Improvement became intentional, and videos were no longer just uploads. They became experiments. Every result gave him information, and every upload gave him another lesson. Slow progress can feel invisible while it is happening, but invisible progress often becomes visible later. That was exactly what was happening here. Small improvements started adding up. Some ideas performed better than others, and some videos reached more people than before. Nothing changed overnight, but something was changing, and it was building momentum. Sometimes one project becomes a turning point, not because it is easy, but because it is different. In January 2017, Donaldson uploaded a video in which he counted from 1 to 100,000. It took more than 40 hours to film, and it brought far more attention than anything he had made before. It was a strange idea. Many creators would have thought it was too long, too simple, or too risky, but it worked. That moment mattered because it was not just luck. It was the result of years of testing, adjusting, and learning what held attention. After that video, growth accelerated. More viewers arrived. More people started paying attention. And with that attention came new pressure. Success did not remove uncertainty. It created new questions. Can the next video be bigger? Can the next idea be better? Can this growth last? That is one of the hardest parts of success. Many people can keep going until something starts working. The real challenge is continuing after it starts working. As the channel grew, Donaldson made a choice many creators avoid. Instead of keeping every gain for himself, he reinvested heavily into larger and more ambitious projects. That created risk, but it also created opportunity. Over time, large giveaways and high-budget projects became a major part of the brand. Some of these videos included helping strangers with medical costs, supporting charities, and funding causes that reached beyond entertainment. At that point, the channel was becoming more than a channel. It was becoming a system. Every project required planning. Every idea required trust. And every big idea had to be worth the cost. People often see the final video, but not the planning behind it. They see the result, but not the repetition. They see the success, but not the uncertainty that came before it. That is why stories like this matter. They remind us that growth usually comes from invisible work, and invisible work often creates visible results later. As the audience got larger, the expectations got higher. People no longer wanted just another video. They wanted something unforgettable. That changes everything. When the audience grows, the margin for average ideas gets smaller. Donaldson's approach during this period was still built on the same pattern. Study what worked, adjust what did not, and keep improving. That is what long-term growth usually looks like. Not one huge leap, but many small improvements, repeated over time. It is easy to wait until you feel fully confident before acting. But most real progress happens the other way around. Action comes first, and confidence grows later. As the project got bigger, the pressure got bigger too, and that pressure led to the next major milestone. In November 2022, MrBeast became the most subscribed individual creator on YouTube, officially overtaking PewDiePie, who had held that position for almost a decade. That was a huge moment. But from the outside, it looked sudden. From the inside, it was the result of years of consistency, experimentation, and improvement. Then, in June 2024, his main channel became the most subscribed channel on YouTube overall, surpassing a media company that had held the top position for years. These milestones were not the end of the journey. They were proof that the journey was working. The process never stopped. Create, learn, improve, repeat. That rhythm kept driving everything forward. People often think success makes life easier. In reality, success usually changes the type of pressure. More viewers mean more expectations, and more expectations mean more responsibility. As the channel expanded, Donaldson also moved beyond YouTube into other ventures, including a snack brand and a virtual restaurant concept, turning the audience he had built into a larger business. That kind of growth brings new challenges. A video can be edited, but a business cannot. A thumbnail can be changed, but a company cannot be rewound after launch. So the work becomes more serious. The scale becomes bigger, and the consequences become larger. This is where many people misunderstand success. They think it means the work gets easier. Often, it means the work gets heavier because now the audience expects more and the creator must keep up. Once people expect quality, every new project becomes a test, not just of creativity, but of consistency. At this stage, the challenge is not getting attention. The challenge is keeping it. That requires discipline, patience, and the ability to keep improving even when the results are already impressive. That is one of the strongest lessons in this story. Success is not a finish line. It is a new starting point. The growth continued because the work continued. And the work continued because the mindset continued. That mindset is simple but powerful. Keep learning. Keep adjusting. Keep going. This story is not only about MrBeast. It is about how progress actually works. Most big results begin quietly. Most visible success starts with invisible effort. Most impressive outcomes are built through repetition. That is why this story connects with so many people. Because everyone starts small. Every skill starts awkward. And every goal starts uncertain. Every big result usually begins with one small action, repeated many times. The lesson is not to become someone else. The lesson is to understand the habits behind growth. Stay curious. Keep practicing. Improve a little at a time. Because small effort, repeated long enough, can become something extraordinary. Many people imagine that reaching success means the hardest part is over. But real success creates new goals. New goals create new pressure. And new pressure creates new work. By June 2026, MrBeast had already become one of the most recognized creators in the world. That month, he crossed the 500 million subscriber milestone, becoming the first individual creator in history to reach that number on a single channel. That is a huge achievement. But the deeper lesson is even bigger. He did not get there by doing everything perfectly. He got there by continuing. That is what makes this story powerful. Not just the number, not just the fame, but the habit of showing up again and again. The teenager who once uploaded videos for almost nobody eventually became a creator watched by the world. And that did not happen overnight. It happened because he kept building. Vocabulary, meanings and examples from the story. Progress, moving forward and improving slowly. Example, progress became visible after years of work. Growth, becoming bigger, stronger, or more successful. Example, growth did not happen overnight. Improve, to become better over time. Example, MrBeast continued to improve each project. Challenge, a difficult situation that needs effort. Example, success created new challenges. Attention, interest, or focus from people. Example, some videos received more attention. Effort, hard work to achieve something. Example, effort remained part of the process. Journey, a long process of change or development. Example, his journey inspired many creators. Success, achieving a goal after work and time. Example, success created new expectations. Pressure, stress created by responsibility or expectations. Example: bigger projects created more pressure. Consistency: continuing regularly over time. Example: consistency helped the channel grow. Grammar tip: past simple versus present perfect. Past simple is used for completed actions in the past. Example: MrBeast uploaded his first videos in 2012. Present perfect connects the past with the present. Example: MrBeast has inspired many creators. Stay curious. Keep practicing. Keep improving. Because big results are usually built quietly, one small step at a time. That was the story of MrBeast. Thank you for spending this time with English via AI. If this story helped your English or gave you a new idea, share it with someone who is learning too. Subscribe to English via AI. Keep learning. Keep building.